Hey,
Hey,
what's going on?
sup?
How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome to Living for Crits.
Welcome.
I'm Judge James,
I'm Judge Evie.
and we are this evening celebrating the wonderment of Judge Evie's braces. Your braces of
Do I look
giant
cool
strength.
now?
Yeah. Oh, cool. Your teeth look. We're gonna look straight. Got some folks on. Hey, look at that. John Hammersley's on. Clayton McFarland's on. Gray Schwartzkopf is on. Wow, 3 on in a row. What's up, guys?
Wow.
We should do this. And Shannon and Hector on. We should do this. We should do our obligatory. Our Evie's cousins have a Flat Stanley project. So let's put Flat Stanley on YouTube. Look at that.
Wow.
You can tell them that Flat Stanley is on YouTube.
He's been to a lot of places.
He has been.
He's been to my Wizard of Oz audition. He's been to the pool.
He's almost in the pool.
Really?
Was it you or is it Cooper that I told
wasn't
that Flat
there.
Stanley's actually like
I wasn't there.
deceased?
Oh, you told Carrie.
I told Carrie because
And I was
it's made of
standing behind
plastic,
her.
and plastic is from dead animals. So Flat Stanley is undead. All right, that's dark. Yeah, Flat Stanley is still around.
Yep.
They just keep resurrecting that guy and bringing him back to life.
And they just color him more colors. I love how his hair is the exact, and his lips, his hair, lips, and pants match. Like, that's matching goals.
All right, so there we go. Flat Stanley. He's definitely flattened, John.
Mhm.
All right, well, tonight, let's chat a bit about
course.
just our week in gaming first, which was not a big week for you because you haven't done any gaming this week.
No, we have to get our gaming back on.
I'm gaming.
No, like our weekly
about you.
Friday gaming.
I'm gaming. Well, then
You're
get them back
always-
on.
You're always doing stuff.
It's called work.
No, it wasn't work last time.
What was it last time?
Your anniversary.
Well, I mean, I can't not have an anniversary. That would be a problem. I could not have an anniversary. It means I'm divorced.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay.
All right. Last Monday, I did some gaming with Cooper and Jen. We played Deadlands Reloaded, we used the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, and we played with Cooper's Hero Forge figures and our awesome Dwarven Forge swag. So that was really cool. If you follow me on Twitter, which is at @ILiveForCrits, number 4, you can look at some of the pictures from that game. It was really sweet to have all the illumination stuff. In the adventure, Cooper's character had to go down and essentially like find Cthulhu. And then he signed a contract with Cthulhu, and now he's working for Cthulhu. So that works. Cooper's character is a skeleton, a skeletal outlaw. So it was a good time. This whole week has been a weird Western for us. I've been reading a lot of Six Gun, which I got some more of these today.
You had more
I got
before you
more.
got them today?
I got more. Yeah, I have this. I'm on book 6, and I have 7 and 8 right now.
This is called Ghost Dance.
That one is Ghost Dance. Yeah,
by
it's a really good graphic
Colin
novel.
O'Brien.
If you have not ever read it and you like westerns, especially if you're a Deadlands fan or if you are following the Dark Trails Kickstarter. There's our loud neighbors slamming their door. You should give the Six Gun a try, a read. I think you'll get hooked pretty quickly. It's a fun read. The art's great.
Novel.
It is a graphic novel.
It's a comic book.
It's a graphic novel. Along with my cool swag for the Six Gun, I also got some more Western swag this week. I got some new playing cards, bourbon playing cards.
Not whiskey, it's bourbon.
And I got a cool bucket, like a barrel. So in Deadlands, you have these. It's not okay. So in Savage Worlds, if you don't know Savage Worlds, you have these chips called bennies that you can spend, and they can be anything you want. They could be poker chips. They could be. We have little yak bone skeletal heads for one game. Well, for Deadlands, Benny, and when you spend a Benny, you get to re-roll your dice. In Deadlands, you get different kinds of poker chips. You get some that are, just white, which let you re-roll. Some that are red, which let you re-roll, but then your little extra bonus, and your GM gets to they're white. Your GM gets to draw from the pot of chips. Then you have your blue, and you have your legendary, your yellow. So this is I keep all of my ones. What?
Oh, this guy's so cool. Wait, I need to show
Well,
them
show
this
it.
guy. It's like what the beauty people do, like the beauty trends. They put their hand behind it. Here is this guy, guys.
Well, up my hand behind this, I keep my my fate chips separate in a tin of Uncle Joe's mint balls.
Yum.
Keep you all aglow. This is where I keep them. But when you're playing, your player's supposed to reach in and not see what they're grabbing. So it'll work great having this on the table.
Let's demonstrate.
Yeah, Evie. So let's see what you have here. Wait. Put your hand. You're a 7th grader.
No, you're the 7th
You're
grader.
a 7th grader. You're demonstrating pulling some fate chips.
We're both 7th
As this would happen at school.
We're both 7th graders, and we don't know what we're doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
My GM told me to draw a fate chip. Ooh, I got a red
Me too.
one. That's
Ooh,
not
I got
good.
a blue one. Hey,
That's
this
better.
guy's cool.
Who's that?
Whoa.
Oh, it's Stone.
Stalin.
So anyway, so this is like $10 at Amazon. So I got a bucket today. Woo. I like it. Clayton McFarland says, for the real Wild West flavor, each Benny is a shot of whiskey. I'm in.
Or apple juice.
Or apple juice.
It's
I'm
better.
in. Our drink of choice lately has been the Tennessee Mule. It's not her drink of choice. It's me and Jen's drink of choice, my wife, which is like a Moscow Mule, but instead of vodka, you use
Whiskey.
So it's a good beverage.
My drink of choice is iced tea with cranberry juice.
Right now, I'm drinking polar water.
Does it taste like the Arctic Ocean?
Clayton says games get proper rowdy if you use apple juice. They do. It's late, especially that sugar. Anyway, so that's our swag.
Yum.
If you're watching right now and you haven't seen, I think the Dark Trails Kickstarter is still going on pretty strong right now. So I would definitely direct you in that direction.
You should go
if
follow.
you want to experience some D20 DCC version of the Weird West by one of our favorite people, which is David Beatty, because Judge David Beatty is an awesome human being.
You should go follow Dark Trails RPG at Dark Trails RPG on Instagram.
Is it on Instagram?
Yeah.
It's also at Dark Trails RPG on Twitter.
I follow them on Instagram.
And I follow him on Twitter. Because I don't do Instagram because I'm old.
Even Mom does Instagram.
I'll have to tell you. On to the next part of our show. So, as last episode was the All Judge Evie Presides episode, and this week is the No Judge Evie Presides episode, not because you don't have a question, because Chris C. sent us a question, but he sent it more to me than to him, or to her. So, Judge Evie, would you please read the Judge Evie Presides question for Judge James? Read it. Yes, you have to read it.
Yo, granddaddy just likes my post.
What?
Yo, granddaddy.
Is your first name Yo Granddaddy?
Yeah.
Okay. Read Chris's question. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm really ready. I'm not.
What's a 7th grader? Oh, it's a 7th grader.
I've been a 7th grader. Then I was an 8th grader. Just read it.
Okay.
I'll wear the hat sideways for this question.
Hey. Oh wait, what's a good voice? Hey. So this question is about
that is definitely Chris's voice. Keep going.
About savage worlds.
I'm gonna read it because you're gonna mess up. Read it normal because the viewers can't hear what you're saying because you might as well ASMR this crap when you go to the full. No, don't ASMR it. I'm gonna read it. Hey, so this question is about Savage Worlds. So maybe more for Judge James. Thank you. With the new Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, for characters, are you just creating them via the core book and adding splat book edges and hindrances, etc.? Curious, as I really want to run some Deadlands. Thanks as always. You guys rock.
That's a good question.
It's a good question.
Chris C.
Before we get on the air tonight, Judge Evie said, I don't even play Savage Worlds. Which
is
bizarre as heck because I'd be surprised because we have a regular East Texas University game.
And it's part of that.
You forgot that that's Savage Worlds?
Maybe. Hey, I was in like a totally different mind. I was like cooking mashed potatoes on the stove, so I was more worried about not burning the house down. That's my excuse out of this situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good excuse. All right. So here's what I'm doing myself I'll just grab one of my books here. We'll grab Deadlands, for instance. So we know a few things. All right.
Deadlands is Savage Worlds too?
Yes, it is.
I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh. You try to DCC occasionally. You go outside the realms for a second. There's a 6-gun Savage Worlds campaign setting that my friend Scott Woodard wrote.
Is there a 6-gun DCC
campaign? No, there's not.
Oh, that's sad.
It wasn't licensed to Goodman Games.
What?
All right, this is what I'm doing, Chris, for Savage Worlds. First off, the Adventure Edition is out in PDF right now. It is not out in print yet. I believe in August that's going to be shipping. If you are a Kickstarter backer, the cool thing is you've been able to get your hands on the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition rules for quite some time. Like right after the Kickstarter ended, within a few weeks, they had like the first draft of them out. And that's my favorite thing about Pinnacle Entertainment Group, the folks that do Savage Worlds, is that they will release the books are almost already done before they get released if the Kickstarter is over. So you have to play pretty quick. But to your question, what I'm doing for Deadlands. So a couple things. Adventure Edition does, not to get into too many nitty gritty here, Adventure Edition does pare down some of the rules that were a little bit clunky from the deluxe edition of Savage Worlds. Like it gets rid of charisma. It gets rid of, there's now like 5 skills that every character has. Every character has stealth. Every character has notice. You okay? Every character's common knowledge.
I know what to
I'm
do.
not printing the other 2. There's 2 other ones: athletics, and there's one I'm missing that every character has. Okay, but 5 that every character has. So obviously, when you're building a character,
Happiness.
you have to. You couldn't just. It doesn't all work out perfectly. Like you can't go and use easily the pre-gens that are on their website right now for Pinnacle without making some minor modification to like the skills that they have and how their skill points are loaded out. Persuasion. Greg said persuasion. Absolutely. Thanks,
Not
Greg.
happiness.
But with all that said, most of the stuff's pretty easy to just eyeball. I believe there's a new edition of Deadlands coming out. With Cooper, we're not playing that hardcore, obviously, because he's 8, and we don't even use the fate chips per se. We just use Benny's still because it's just easier for him. For firearms and weapons, I'm using him pretty much straight out of the this is the deluxe version of the player's guide. Yeah, Explorer's Edition, right? So I mean, I don't want to say that I feel bad saying we're just on the fly. We really aren't spending a ton of time going through any kind of converting. We're just, we've dealt more with having the Adventure Edition rules, honestly, with what are we playing? The other game we're playing mostly, like our East Texas University campaign. We're wrapping up freshman year with them. In that game, some of the players have had to just kind of tinker with their edges a little bit if they want to take an edge. What are you doing?
I'm putting these ones out because, I wanted to look at all.
You're like totally throwing me off.
Well, I don't know what to do with my facial expressions when you're talking, so I'm trying to do something.
Well, Judge Evie, have you noticed anything interesting about the Adventure Edition of Savage Worlds that you play now compared to the old edition of Savage Worlds? And how the characters are built differently? Because Lord knows you've played dozens of games of the original. You don't know you played it.
I don't really notice a difference.
I don't notice a huge difference either.
See, I did something right for once.
So yeah, do it on the fly. Don't feel like you have to wait for the new Deadlands to come out. I'm not even sure if they're going to redo the Deadlands, like the Western Deadlands first, or they're going to have Deadlands Dark Ages come out first, because that's going to be a thing. If you didn't know, Deadlands Dark Ages is coming, which will take place like in the Dark Ages, right? So anyway, do it on the fly. There we go. That's my answer. So on to the show.
Oh wait,
What?
we did have another comment someone sent me.
What did someone
I
send
think
you?
they just said they're excited for the Savage Worlds episode. That's all I knew.
Well, there's going to be an all Savage Worlds episode. We're going to have an all Savage Worlds episode. So
that's what someone said to me.
Let's get that out now here. Okay. There's going to be an all Savage World. Oh yeah, Greg, there is a conversion cheat sheet. Yes, Greg Schwarzkopf just asked. I think there is. I don't know where it's at. Excuse me, but there is something out there somewhere. I would say that you should definitely go to the Pinnacle Entertainment Group website, which is PEG Inc. PEGINC.com, and go hunting for any of their Adventure Edition notes or items. So I should link to that kind of stuff, but I haven't. It's a good thing I should research before the All Savage Worlds edition of the show. In a couple weeks, just because that's how things are working out, I'm running my East Texas University campaign that Saturday, which Judge Evie is a part of. And then that Sunday, it's Father's Day, and we are both, well, one of us, I don't know, you're going to be there because you're at practice, right?
For what, June 9th?
Yeah, no, June 16th.
Yeah, I have practice.
So you're not coming, are you?
Probably not. I'm sorry, I'm in a production again. I'm in Wizard of Oz, by the way. So.
Whatever. Do your kid thing. I don't care.
Whoa. Hey, I actually have a line this time.
What's your line?
I have like a singing line.
What's the singing line?
I'm the Tin Man's polisher, and so I go like this to like you're the Tin Man. So
okay.
Like, Tin Man's wear their hats like that. Yeah. So I go rub here, rub over there, whether you're tin or brass. That's how we keep you in repair in the merry old land of Oz.
Doesn't even rhyme.
No, it does not rhyme. I'm like in
that
Emerald
night
City.
we'll have an all Savage Worlds edition of this show because I'll have run Savage Worlds twice that weekend.
I'll be here for that.
If you have questions about Savage Worlds, send them, especially for that show. And then next week we don't really know yet. All right, so on to tonight's episode, which is about gaming in public. What is it? Why is it? Why do it at all? So, Evie, what is gaming in public?
It's when you take your stuff on the run, you take it, and you sit somewhere in the outside world, and you play your game.
It's just gaming outside. Okay, but why would you do that?
Because you look super dope.
A few years ago, we kind of concocted this. We kind of came this idea of wanting to play role playing games more out in the world. When we were you're taking a break from hiking during a picnic, or if we were traveling, or we were at hotels and stuff like that. So we tried
eating pizza.
We tried role-playing games in a bunch of different settings. And in a lot of ways, it was just blog fodder, like things for me to come up with that were kind of crazy for my Living for Crits blog at the time. So if you go back to like 2014, and if you look up like hashtag get out in game, and a whole crap ton of these, adventures in the wild.
We even have it on a tote bag.
We have a tote bag.
It says hashtag get out in game.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone ever followed us because of any of that stuff.
No, they did not.
But it was a cool idea. And if you were ever, since it's the summer and you're vacationing, we thought we would talk about, some places that you could play role-playing games, especially with your families. Because we've done a lot of role-playing games on the road. Like we played Savage Worlds 50 Fathoms on the beach.
We did.
Remember with those giant spongy dice during lunch?
Yep. Like sand blew all
big,
over our stuff.
Yeah, we had sand everywhere.
Yeah.
Not the best.
No, it was not.
Some places that actually worked pretty well. The Disney resorts. Any hotel at Disney resorts worked well. There's a lot of,
tables.
A lot of tables.
And you can eat food while you do it.
That works out well. The same concept for Panera. Panera worked well too.
Because you can also eat food while you do it.
You can also.
We shared a cinnamon crunch scone when we did it. You probably don't remember that, but I do. I remember exactly because we were like, that's how I started to like scones.
Were we playing a role-playing game or were we playing X-Wing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And our stuff barely fit in the table. We made it fit.
That got more people watched us playing that than playing a role-playing game. Parks when the weather is great. If the weather is good, a park is a great place to play a game.
But if it's bad, then like your cars will get all floppy.
If it's bad, it's bad.
Annoying.
It's really bad.
It's awful.
Greg Schwarzkopf said he's played a game at Panera. Yeah, Panera's a good place. Panera is, you might get a few onlookers, but usually in a good way. At the pizzeria in the middle of everyone, we had once asked to demo a game at a pizzeria in a corner of the pizzeria. And when we showed up for a reservation, they put us right in the middle of everything. And people were watching us all around us, and it was a little bit awkward, but it worked.
We did it anyway.
Place that don't work. Five Guys.
Greasy.
Five Guys. The Five Guys in North Huntington, Pennsylvania. The people there were fantastic, like the owners or whoever the manager was cool as playing there. But you've got to really, those fries get greasy all over the place.
And the nuts.
The other thing that doesn't work is on parks when it's really hot, or you're on a blanket, or if there are bees. And the last thing that didn't work so well for us was a Renaissance festival where we got heckled by Ren Fair people for being nerds.
Explain to me how it's happened, because I was just zooming in on your face because I just got my camera.
We were playing a role-playing game at a Renaissance festival, and we got heckled.
Like how?
People say, "What are you all doing?" You know, we're like, "We're playing a role-playing game, playing D&D." We're actually playing Adventures in the Eastmark, which is a Spanish OSR game that was converted by my friend Dave Wilson Brown. And they just heckled us and made us feel embarrassed and lame. It was sad.
We did it at a picnic table.
Gabriel Whitehead says, when you're rolling dice in a place like Panera, how do you keep from becoming a distraction? She's not laughing at you, Gabriel.
Spelled it.
How do you... Gabriel, let's answer Gabriel's question first. When you're rolling dice in a place like Panera, how do you keep from becoming a distraction to other customers, or is it not an issue? I don't care. I don't know. All right. There's a couple things you can do. The one suggestion I have, is it here? Where is it?
Paxton?
I would suggest, I have it here. Or don't I have it? Where is it?
That is what I do.
My suggestion would be at a place like Panera for two reasons. I'm sorry I'm making so much noise. But especially because... Just shove
it away.
So they make these cool things like this, right? Little dice, corrals. This is my PAX Unplugged one, the only one I own. And you snap in the corner.
Can I snap one?
So, no.
Oh.
Take off, eh? All right. So let me grab a D20. We were playing a lot of Cypher System at the time in 2014. So in 2014, my game of choice was Numenera and The Strange. I played a ton of it those years. Had a lot of Savage Worlds too.
Demonstration.
But
so you can see
Cypher System was our game we were using on the road at Panera, because we tended to play Savage Worlds in like hotels. Like that was where we were playing a lot of Cursed, and no one seemed to care. So here we go.
I'm gonna hold it.
This is a die on a regular hard surface.
So
now,
noisy.
A die in the PAX in the little corral. So
music to my ears.
What are you selling these things?
Yeah.
So find yourself one of these like Snap-on. I don't know who makes them. I'm not sure who makes them, but I know that I got one at PAX Unplugged. If you go to any kind of convention, someone's gonna sell them. I know it. But that's my suggestion. Okay.
Carrie's here.
What?
Carrie's here.
All right. So John Hammersy asked, greasy nuts.
Geesy
nuts. Hector says, not family friendly, but I ran Shadow under Devil's Reef at a bar called Devil's Reef, and I was a killer. And it was killer. There was a new Viking bar called Skull, and I want to run something at it. That'd be pretty cool. Echo Light, who's my daughter. Okay. How do you get rid of hecklers? Also, high from play practice. You don't. You just ignore them, and you hope they go away.
Or what not to do is tell them what you're actually doing.
You can't lie when you have a GM screen up and dice. Okay, everyone knows it's 2019.
Okay.
Gabriel's going to Google it. Yeah, I really wish I knew who. I think. Hey, Jen, who makes these little dice corral things? Like, does All Rolled Up make them?
I'll show what I'm talking about. These thingamabobbers.
Over the back.
I think All Rolled Up makes these, right?
Oh.
They make All Rolled Up makes.
They do, but I mean not exclusively.
Right, but if you want, but I don't know who makes the PAX Unplugged one or who made this one, but
Is it saying the bottom?
this is like leather. No, it doesn't say the bottom. All Rolled Up. Try them. John Hammersley is saying yes, All Rolled Up, and they have really cool designs and stuff too. So like when you're gaming anywhere, even at like a game store, the idea of having your die hit the floor. We're germaphobes in this house, so all I can think of is the die hits the floor. People walk through the bathroom, they stepped on that floor. Now your feet have touched your dice, or someone else's feet has touched someone's pee and stuff. And use these.
They have them at most of the game stores too.
Greg Schwartzkopf says, keep your voices down, keep it PG, don't swear at your dice, and avoid modern espionage settings. That's a great idea.
We to a couple of those. We have not done any of the.
And Reed Sanfilippo's on. He says you can buy them on Amazon for $6 for under $20. Just lick them, clean as new. That's what Gabriel just said.
Ew.
So Amazon has them, so I guess you can find them. So gaming in public, this is a must. Okay.
Don't lick people's It's like licking someone's sweaty foot. They could have like a foot fungus. You just ate their foot fungus.
On that note, I think the one most unique place we ever did a role-playing game just to try it was we dragged all of the guts to No Thank You Evil into Disney World, into the amusement park itself. And we played we played in the Magic. You don't remember anything. What was your child?
I just know from the pictures.
What were you on?
A lot of stuff.
That was interesting. You played right across from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm. Veering into non-PG-13 territory. Come along.
Come along. All right. Well, we're getting close to 8:30, so we're start wrapping things up here. Yeah. Any questions? Start throwing them at us. I would say that next week, maybe some questions to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com and ask her a question because she gets horribly jealous that I got a question, Chris. Horribly jealous.
Oh no, I can't even talk to you anymore. I'm going to shun you.
On that note, if you enjoyed this live stream, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. We have no idea what next week's going to be. Just the week after that's going to be Savage Worlds. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's that. So let's do our outro ASMR. Judge Evie, do you want to go first?
Never gonna go first. It's your turn.
The sixth gun rules. And she can't do it. All right, here we go. Do it. Why do we even do this? Every week it's the same thing. We try to do this idea of the outro ASMR, and all it is you laughing for like 60 seconds.
That's a minute.
There's wetness hitting my hand in your mouth. That was close. That one was close. All right, we're done.
No.
Right. It's missing something.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes? That was it? You couldn't say mashed potatoes? Good night, everyone.